你的背景告诉他。常放下我在讲，我师父洪金宝早年身入阴府，弄到鬼打鬼，现在回到人间实行人吓人。今年练法修到暂时停止呼吸，至于在下我大名林正英。
Hello everyone, this is Eric, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is another DVD collection addendum video. Yes, I am still collecting DVDs and Blu-rays. I'm actually behind in this playlist, so I'm going to do a few videos over the next few months, but I usually catch up near the holidays, so I will be behind for most of the year. But there is a variety of countries of origin, as usual, and I got a big box set here to start us off, and let's just do that. Yes, it's the Hong Kong classic franchise. I already reviewed one of these on my channel. Mr. Vampire, the 5-disc box set. Yes, this actually I think just came out. It was just released a few months ago because if you've followed my DVD collection playlist, I actually already have the first 4 films of this franchise, but in various forms. A few of them are the Malaysian releases, etc. And I really have been wanting to get Vampire vs. Vampire for a while, which is like an unofficial 5th installment. But that's the one I've been looking for a few years now, because there was a Vampire vs. Vampire release, but it's out of print. You know what I mean? So I'm really glad they came out with this 5-disc box set of Mr. Vampire. So you get 5 movies, and this is the Region 3 format with English subtitles. You can get this on Yes Asia or any number of websites now. And they also sell these separately again as well too, especially Vampire vs. Vampire. So basically, as I mentioned in my review of the first Mr. Vampire film, this is one about the hopping vampires. And you have some good guys, and they face off against some hopping vampires, and it's pretty fun stuff. You can check out my review. I kind of like these cartoonish DVD covers for this set. This is pretty neat. Moon Lee is in it, of course. She doesn't fight, but she's good in it. This is a classic. The first one, check out my review. It's essential viewing if you want to catch up with your 1980s Hong Kong films. And then I'm going to review all of these in separate reviews on this channel. So Mr. Vampire 2, my review of that will be coming out probably in the next few weeks maybe. This one is more of a traditional cover, with the actual live-action characters. See, they got a little vampire kid in this one. So as I mentioned previously, the odd numbers of this franchise are usually the best installments. So Mr. Vampire 1 and 3, I think, are the best of the franchise. But I've rewatched the first 4 again recently, and part 2 and 4 were actually a little bit better than I remembered. So I'll let you know the details when I cover them all individually. Here's Mr. Vampire 3. Yeah, these are great marathon films as well, because they're not that long. I think they're all like either 90 minutes or less or somewhere around there. So you could rattle off 3 or 4 of these in one night if you really want to. Then Mr. Vampire 4. Yes. They have come out with some Mr. Vampire kind of films over the past 20 years, but a lot of them haven't been quite as entertaining as the original set. And then I was actually kind of surprised when they included Vampire vs. Vampire in this set, because there are a handful of unofficial 5th installments, because you have Mr. Vampire 1 through 4, which are numbered, but the numbering stops really after that. And you have some other ones, like a Chinese vampire story. I don't even know if Magic Cop is kind of an offshoot. It's kind of odd. It's confusing. Like which is the 5th official installment? So the fact that they included Vampire vs. Vampire in this set, does that mean now that we should consider this to be the 5th actual installment of the franchise? Well, I hope so, because this is one of the better ones outside of the original 4, in my opinion. And I have not seen this one in a while, so I look forward to rewatching it. So, yeah, this was a pretty nice haul. I was so surprised when they re-released Vampire vs. Vampire, because I've been looking for it for, a while, over a year maybe, because I wanted to add it to my collection, and nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. So I'm like, well, I'll never be able to get it then. And sure enough, it comes out of nowhere. So it's nice to see still some physical media get some really solid releases. You know what I mean? So I'm extremely happy with this little purchase here. This is, again, Region 3, English subtitles. Not really any special features, though. No, I don't think there's any special features, but you get all 5 films, and this was like, I want to say it was like $50 or somewhere around there. So that's actually a pretty good deal, especially considering how a few of these are really hard to find now. So, yeah, good pickup. That was big. Mr. Vampire. So look out for my reviews on, the next 4 of those, and maybe a few more even I'll review in the near future. Now we have a few more films here that I've reviewed in the past. We got Painted Skin. These movies, I believe there's 3 Painted Skin films. I reviewed all of them in one video on my channel. So look up Painted Skin, it's all in one video. I cover the film from 93, 2008, and 2012. These are Hong Kong, I think China co-production type things. So basically, I'll give you the plot synopsis of the 2008 version, just to give you an idea. There's a commander, okay? This is during the Qin and Han era. And a commander tries to lead his troops in a raid on bandits in the desert. And in the process, he rescues a beautiful woman, played by Zhou Xun, who is one of the best actresses around. And he brings her back with them. However, he has no idea that this woman is in fact a fox spirit in human form, and she needs a regular supply of human hearts to maintain her human form. So you also have Zhao Wei in this, who I also really enjoy. I covered her a bunch of times on my channel. She was in Green Tea, which is my favorite romance of all time. So having these 2 actresses in a film is big. Check out my review. I review all 3 films, and actually all 3 films are worth watching. I only have the last 2 here, the modern ones. The original one from 93, or at least the earlier one from 93, is, I believe, on YouTube, so it's worth watching. These are the Region 3 DVDs. Again, this is the Hong Kong release with English subtitles, no special features. This one also has Donnie Yen in it as an added bonus. So yeah, these are really nice, like fantasy, drama, romance, action kind of hybrids. And then we got Painted Skin 2, which also has Zhou Xun and Zhao Wei. And it's kind of an offshoot, kind of like a spin-off with a different plot. Again, check out my video for details. These movies are really beautifully shot as well. Really cool, like fantasy films to enjoy. This makes actually a really good double feature, and you get 2 elite actresses as well. And this one I think is the best out of all 3. Painted Skin 2 has the best interaction and script writing, I think. And you can watch these really in any order if you really want to. But, yeah, so if you're interested, I recommend maybe start with Painted Skin 2. Me as well. It's actually quite good. You'll be surprised. Again, excellent visuals, a good story, and it's a little different. So check these out. All right, let's move to South Korea now. I got one that I have not yet covered on my channel, but I will put a review of this up probably in the next few weeks. One Fine Spring Day. Now this is one, I think this came out back in 2002 maybe, early 2000s. And this film is basically kind of like the most realistic romance film probably I've ever seen. 2001 this came out. So, yeah. You basically have Jin Ho Her directing this. He's directed a handful of really good movies in the past. Young A Lee is the lead actress. She was from Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. And Ji Tae-yu the villain from Old Boy, is in this as well. Completely different performance, obviously, in this film. But this is actually really good romance. It's very kind of low-key, very realistic. This is not a cinematic type, I guess a mainstream type of romance film that's like a crowd-pleasing romance with a lot of lovey-dovey stuff and crazy plot developments and comedy. Doesn't have any of that. This is basically just a stripped-down, realistic romance film that is actually very good. If you want a film that gets into like the nuances of the relationship and kind of like the realistic problems that can creep up, this is one to check out. Because I know some people don't like watching romance films, and I'm talking both men and women. I know a few girls who just hate romance films because they're too idealistic. You don't have to worry about that with this one. You don't have to. Very realistic film. So I'll do a full review on this, and check this one out. This is the Region 3 again release with English subs. No special features, I don't think, but very good performances too. So, yes, I'm glad I have that one now. And then we have two that I've already covered, two Korean films. We have, of course, Welcome to Dongmakol. This is one of the most creative war films you'll ever see. It's set during the Korean War. You have a South Korean group of dudes and North Korean group of dudes that kind of converge in a desolate village. And a lot of crazy stuff happens. It's really good. It's almost like it's a war comedy action drama, which is quite odd. But this is a very creative film. Check out my full-length review. This is the Region 1 release. I don't think there's no special features on this either. I don't think so. But this is certainly worth checking out. This is probably a big-time recommendation if you want a film that's unique and creative, but also a war film. Excuse me. Yes, Welcome to Dongmakol is a good choice. Some big-time actors are in it as well. And then, kind of a lesser-known film that goes under the radar, Going by the Book. This one came out in the mid-2000s, and the premise of this one is gold. You basically have, like, a small town or area is getting plagued by bank robberies, so the cops are like, okay, let's put together, like, what do they call it? A bank robbery simulation and broadcast it. We'll have the press there, and we'll go through, and what we'll do is we'll have our men, we'll have one of our policemen act as the bank robber, and we'll take him down as like a simulation. But the problem is that the guy they choose to be the bank robber is this guy, who's kind of a hard-nosed perfectionist, and he really tries to put to embarrass his fellow cops during this operation. So the interesting thing about this movie is that it's a bank robbery that has no danger to it, which is very different, right? Just like Welcome to Dongmakol, this is a very, very creative and odd film, Going by the Book. It's a comedy, and it's very funny. And, check this one out if you want something different. This actually includes more than an hour and 45 minutes of video extras, which I have actually not seen. Making ofs, a lot of deleted scenes, director commentary over certain scenes, premiere footage, promotional videos, music videos, trailers, bios. So it's got pretty good special features on it. This is the Region 1 release of Going by the Book. So, yes, this is another good one to pick up if you like Korean comedies that are a bit different. I think, South Korea needs to go back to making some films like this that are kind of oddball. I mean, these are two oddball films that I got here, and I'd like to see the production on those types of things ramp up a little bit again. Now we got some Japanese stuff here. Let's do the one random film from Thailand. 13, Game of Death. Yes. Now, 13 Game of Death, did I review this? Let me look at my YouTube channel list. This is a good flick. This is a Thai film about a guy who, he's like a salary man, and life's not really going too well for him at all. But he gets a phone call one day, and some people try to basically give him the option to play a game. And it's a game of dares. No, I have not covered this, not even in my Asian horror playlist, so I might have to do that. So this guy is dared to do various things, and if he completes a certain number of tasks, he gets a bunch of money. So it's almost like Fear Factor or something. It starts off as. He starts off with they tell him to eat a bug or something, and then it starts to ramp up. So then he has to do things that are illegal, some things that are pretty dangerous. And if he completes all these tasks, he gets an absurd amount of money deposited into his bank account. So it's really a play on what would you do to climb the ladder of society and become an elite member of society by having wealth. And that was kind of the main theme of this, or one of the main themes. And this is a good flick. It's a thriller with a little bit of horror in it too. There's some scenes that are a little bit difficult to sit through in this. It gets pretty nasty. This has a making of and a trailer and teaser. This is the Region 1 release. Yeah, this is really cool. The back of this says a taut, psychological, and supernatural thriller. I don't remember any supernatural elements to this. Am I losing my mind? Yeah, I don't think so. But it's more of a thriller, psychological thriller. And it's very fast-paced and fun to watch. 13 Game of Death. It's good.
下一站去邊？即刻揾你附近嘅最平價價，去到邊？
It's good. Let's do the Japanese films. We got a big one. Big one here. Sakaguchi. This is a big action flick from recent years from Japan. Reborn. This is the Region 2 release. This is the Eureka release. Now this has an introduction from the filmmakers, some trailers, not a whole lot else. Not a whole lot else in terms of special features. But this is a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. So this one's a basic action flick. Sakaguchi's some badass special forces guy who retires, of course, but he gets roped back into beating the crap out of people and taking them out. I have a separate review of this on my channel as well. I go into the details as to why I like it. This is the type of thing that I wish Japan would produce more as well. Some of these no-nonsense, violent action flicks that have some pretty cool choreography to it. Sakaguchi is good. He can move well. This might be one of his best showcases of his abilities. It's got used a lot of knives, a lot of hand-to-hand combat in this. It's pretty fast and well edited. And it's pretty intense. It's nicely violent. So if you have not seen Reborn's a good one to check out. If you want a fun action flick, it's nicely paced, Reborn is a way to go. This is good. I haven't watched this since I saw it the first few times when I first got it, but I will be revisiting that. Another film that I recently reviewed not too long ago, The Limit of Sleeping Beauty. So this is, again, Japan never slack on creating some weird stuff. You know what I mean? People will complain that Hong Kong's gotten too mainstream over the years. They don't make as many crazy stuff as they used to, like they did in the 80s, early 90s. Some people complain that South Korea maybe is getting, maybe a little bit too generic in a lot of their plot synopses over recent years. But Japan, you can almost always find some weird stuff that's pretty interesting. This is another one from recent years. This one, you have a girl who goes to Tokyo to become an actress. Doesn't really work out. And, she basically engages in the nightlife, and she goes on basically like a hallucinogenic, I guess, journey through the urban areas of Tokyo. It's basically all you should know. I have a separate review of this if you want to know a little bit more. This movie, for like a weird art house style film, is actually a lot of fun to watch. And the few people that have seen this freaking love it. Like actually a few people hate it too. It's kind of love it or hate it. But if you like this, you'll probably really like it. Very briskly paced, which is different for like an artsy-fartsy movie, so to speak. I really enjoyed this. The soundtrack is good. A lot of music, a lot of club scenes. Some pretty crazy stuff happens in this, too. It's not necessarily disturbing, although there might be one or two scenes that get a bit dodgy, but it's mostly very... Man, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very interesting to watch. What's the runtime on this? I remember the runtime just not being that long either. But 91 minutes. So it's easily consumable. This is the Region 3 release with English subs. But, again, if you want something different, you want to take a little chance on a movie that you could really like, check out The Limit of Sleeping Beauty. Or at least check out the trailer. The trailer gives you a pretty good idea what you're in for, I think. This is cool. Japan, they're always going to release something odd, right? Now, the next one I have is a J-drama. A J-drama. And I think I also reviewed this on my channel. Let me take a look here. It's getting to the point where I've reviewed so many things that I forget what I've reviewed in separate reviews. And I did review this. This is Bayside Shakedown. Also known as Rhythm in Police or something for some reason. I could be wrong. I think this is a legit DVD. It's the Malaysian release, which I've always assumed were legit. And some people tell me they're not. Regardless, this is a good show. And it's actually, it was actually quite popular when it came out back in 1998. And, actually, that's the movie I reviewed. Did I review the show, too? I may or may not have reviewed the show. No, I reviewed the movie. So I did not review the actual show. I might review this if I see that it's actually kind of available. But it's about a group of it's about the investigative division within the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department. And, they solve certain crimes and whatnot, while another division of the police department handles, like, some of the more higher profile stuff. It sounds generic, but this is actually really interesting. I really like this. Yuji Oda is the lead actor, and he does a really good job in it. So if you can find this and you want like a Japanese police procedural that has a bit of comedy to it and it's just different. It feels different. Check out my review of the theatrical film, and I give you a good idea of why I feel that way. But yeah, this is a pretty cool DVD set here. I would say check out the first movie. Bayside Shakedown from 98. And if you really like that, try to track down the TV show and some of the sequels. And then finally, we have a DVD, or a CD, I'm sorry. Yes, I still buy CDs as well. Love Bites. This is a Japanese all-girl metal band. I don't listen to a lot of metal. I think this is considered power metal or some form of it. But these girls are pretty intense, and I have a few of their prior albums. They came out with another full album and then a limited album as well. And this is good stuff. Like, they're very musically talented. They can play. The only criticism that I have with these Love Bites albums is that I can listen to them multiple times in a row in my car, but after a little while, it just feels like maybe slightly repetitive in terms of its, the types of songs that are played, because almost every song, is pretty intense. It's like bam, 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 bam. Whereas, like, Bandmade, they like to mix it up on their albums, which kind of annoys some of their fans, because some of their fans want every song to be heavy, but they're not. But I think the rhythm of a Bandmade album works a lot better, and I could just keep a Bandmade album on in my car for months and just, listen to it constantly. Whereas Love Bites, after a while, I feel like I need a little bit of a break. But that's a testament to how intense a lot of this music is. It's actually really good. They have, good, choruses to a lot of these songs as well. Very good guitar and drums and that type of thing too. So, if you're interested in like a, legit good quality, intense music, Love Bites is a good place to go. You know what I mean? Obviously, Bandmate I recommend as your number one priority, but some people like Love Bites even more. So, yes. Every time these ladies come up with an album, I'm probably going to buy it. And there's not many bands that I do that for nowadays. So, that's the haul. There's the Mr. Vampire set is the highlight. Now, my next DVD collection addendum video is going to be a little insane. I went a little overboard on a particular franchise. And it's going to launch a whole other project for next year for me, but it's going to be fun. So the next DVD addendum video is going to be pretty crazy. So look out for it in probably a month or so. But as always, I will see you next time.